everyone, welcome back again. Of course, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Yanni and I'm doing this DIY channel together with Diane. And for today, I keep it very short because you don't like long intros. So if you like this content, I hope you will click the red subscribe button. If you want to see more home decor and daily decor and seasonal decor, come on over to our description box down below. There you find all the links for our channels, so go check it out. For today, I'm going to take out my tumbling tower blocks and my glue gun, and I'm going to make a unique own home decor sign. So we will see how this will turn out. If you want to join me, I hope you will. And of course, if you only want to watch, have fun watching. For this DIY, you see already our blocks on the table. I have some schoolboard paint, some furniture wax, some a glue gun, some glue sticks, and some brush. So this is the main pieces we need for this DIY, and these are mostly the items I use in my DIYs, at least as starting. So we are going to make first the bottom of our sign. For the background of our sign, we are going to take our tumbling tower blocks, and I think in totally you need 54. So 54 tumbling tower blocks, and we are going to make a couple of rows of 9. We are going to make first blocks of 3 pieces together like this. Just very simple, 3 blocks ahead. And we are going to make a couple of them. And then we are going to make the background of our sign. But of course, you can use the you can use for the back side also a piece of wood you have laying around. You don't have to use the blocks, of course. You can use also a piece of wood and even a piece of cardboard. If you have a little bit of a study cardboard, then you still have it a little bit cheaper, and then you only do the letters with some Jenga blocks. So you can make it as expensive as you want, because I always love DIYs on a budget, because everything is already very expensive in this time. So it's always great to try to do everything on a budget. We have already number 4. We are going for a number 5. And of course, I understand totally that this is a little bit too much of your time. And of course, I have to squeeze it a little because my blocks are already he was already glued before I could move it already. So again, this on top of here, and squeeze it and remove the glue like this. And again another one, and I will finish the rest in a little bit more speed up piece, because this will take a lot of your time. So I will do the rest a little bit faster. And all of my blocks are finished, so we have 18 blocks of 3 pieces in a row. What we're going to do, I'm going to try to make a little kind of pattern. Maybe I will do one this way and maybe one this way, and then turn them over, and then we're going to go this way, so we get a nice shape of it. But you can also go for the lines like this, and this one of course this way, and maybe even this way, and this one this way. You can change anything you like. I'm going to find out the pattern I want to have, and then we're going to glue it. You see, I chose for this pattern. That's a very easy one, just and on. So one this way, just. But of course, if you have another pattern, go ahead, do whatever you think is right. I'm choosing for this one, so I'm going to glue all of them together, and then I hope that, because the blocks are not always every block is the same measurement, so I hope I can turn it away so it will look in one big panel. saw me making 3 rows of my wood, and of course we are going to glue it together, but I'm going to glue that one together with my, of course, my wood glue. I use the Pattex, but of course you can use any wood glue you like. I already looked for if there was a wood glue which is drying faster, but I think that there is no glue which is gluing faster. So I'm going to go and I'm going to do on the ends, I'm going to go for like this, a thin line of wood glue, and I let it dry in for half an hour. And of course I'm going to do this one, and then we already have all the parts because we are going to glue it against the other one, so both of them will glue to the middle. So we only need to glue this two, and I let it dry in for a little half hour, and then I'm going to glue it. I glued everything together, but I want to be sure that he's not falling apart, so I take a couple of this kind of blocks. These are just children block, but of course you also can use a couple of the painter steer sticks and glue them on the back side. So I'm going to glue a couple of them over here like this in the, yeah, how you say it, in the cross, like here, and I'm going to do 3 like this over here to give it a little bit on the back side, a sturdy background. So I am doing it sure for sure, because you never know when it will fall apart, and I don't want that my piece is falling apart. So I'm going to do some glue on this side, and I'm going to glue it on the back side over here like this, and I'm going to do very simple. And what you also can use, if you don't have laying wood around, you also can do a piece of cardboard, of course, like this. Glue it on the cross, because you have here a cross like this. This is what I mean. And I'm going to glue over the cross so it gives steadiness on each side of the blocks. And then I hope that everything will stay in place like this. And I'm going to do it on this side, of course. And I'm going to do this one across over here, squeeze it and press it down. Then we're going to do the one in the middle. And like this. And I'm going to place it down. And like this. And of course, this you can also do with some wood glue. I'm doing it with some sticks from a glue gun, because I think it will have enough sturdiness if I do it this way. Just like this. Press it down. And I'm going to do the last. And then we have, I think, we have a nice board made from Tumbling Tower Block, because Tumbling Tower Blocks are not always the wood piece which is very sturdy. So we are going to give it our own sturdiness like this. Turn my piece over, and you see this is the back side, and of course I'm going to do later on a little kind of fills under it so I don't scratch anything. What I'm going to, you see already, this is always, one of the blocks has always a mark on it, but if you paint it, because I'm going to paint it in the black color, so it doesn't matter, because it will disappear like this. You see, now you don't even see it anymore, so you can still use those blocks. So I'm going to paint this piece in black, but you can paint it in white, you can do it some wax on it, you can do anything, but this time I'm going to do it black. The whole panel is painted in the black color. I'm going to do later, I'm let it dry for now, a little half hour, and then I'm going to do some piece of rope. I have here a little bit of a bigger piece of rope. No, it was very close. You saw it just coming in. I'm sorry. Of course, this is a little bit of a nautical rope, I think, more, and I'm going to, when it is dry up, I'm going to do it on the sides, but you see that in a moment. My board is dried up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take my piece of rope and I'm going to glue it on the side, but I'm going to leave a little piece over like this, so I can, if I have it around, I can close it up with this one. So it's very easy. First, give it a little piece of glue like this and just place it against your board like this and keep it in place for a little moment until it is dried up And then we're going to do the rest with some glue on the sides, and then we're going to place it. I think how I'm going to tell you this. So again, do some glue on this side and just glue it against each other like this. Squeeze it and press it down. So I will do the rest. And here you are. You see already my word is already here. But I had some footage that I made, how I made my letters, and of course everything is gone. So I am totally not happy, really not happy. I am really I looked for everywhere but I can't find it. I don't know why. So I am going to tell you now what I did. You just saw me making our board with black paint and some rope around it. I laid it beside. I did make my letters. This is my letter A, and it's very easy. Just two on top of each other of the tumbling tower block, two on top of here, and just glue a half block inside of here, and then you already have your own letter A of H. The O, of course, I still have to make it. You can make it from two tumbling tower blocks and two half, and just do them together, and then you have already an O. But I'm not going to use this one this way. I made the M like this, very simple. Two on top of each other, two on top of here, glue one in the middle and glue a half over here. So you have your letter M. And the letter A, of course, very easy. Two on top of each other and three half pieces of blocks on top of here. So this is very easy to do. But of course, for the letter O, I did tell you, I don't know if I did even tell you, I did make this one, but I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to take two of this one again, and I'm going to make a little board like this, and then I'm going to change it up because I don't like the O, the usual O. I'm going to show you in a moment what I will do with it, because I will change it up a little bit. So I'm going to glue my three pieces on top of each other. Very easy, just do some glue. And of course I am very much too, I have not any patience, but of course I want to do it as fast as I can, like this. This is one, and I'm going to do the third one, and we are going to glue this one together like this. Squeeze it and press it down like this. We are going to do this one with three, of course, also very easy. Squeeze it and press it down, and the last one like this. And then we're going to make for the O a little kind of display. I don't know if you call it a display, but at least a little bit more structure to your sign, and it gives a little bit more uniqueness to your sign, because we want to have a unique sign we just made for ourselves. So like this, squeeze it and press it down. And this is what I mean with my, here will be my middle letter O. And of course I can do, if I will change it up for the season, this is all common in some furniture wax. I know when I hear myself now, it's a little bit chaos, but don't mind me and bear with me. You can do a little snowflake on top of here for any season. You can do a little bunny for the Easter season on top of here. And of course some reindeer for the Christmas, and of course another reindeer. You can do them in some color, but what I'm going to do, and I even have a little rooster, like here. You also can do a rooster on top of here. It's also very nice for the season. But I'm going to change it up because I'm going to use, I like this kind of little birdhouses. So I'm going to do some birdhouse on top of here. And of course you see it in a different shape. And I'm going to take two blocks like this, and I'm going to glue them together because I want to have it like a little kind of a stand. So again, glue it together like this. And I'm going to glue it under our, this way, like this. And now we have a nice little stand for our bird, a birdhouse, of course. And then we're going to do it with some greenery around. And then we're going to glue it on top of here. And then we're going to also do some bird cages around our sign. But you will see that in a moment, or else it will be too much chaos. So I'm going to do first, I'm going to do the letters, this piece and this piece in the furniture wax. So I'm taking out my antique wax again. Everyone who follows me already for a long time knows I'm using the very cheap brand. Of course, you can choose any wax you like. So I'm going to go for the little bit of the darker brown, because I always think it gives a nice cozy look like this. So I'm going to do all the pieces, and of course you don't have to do the back side because you will glue it on top of your sign. So I will finish all of them up. I did let the furniture wax dry in for a little half hour. What I'm going to do, I take a piece of kitchen towel again, and of course I'm going to go over it, wipe everything off which we don't need. So make a smooth surface, so like this. Everything has to be very smooth. So I'm going to go over all of them, and then we're going to do the next step. I placed my letters on the side because we need them a little bit later. I did pick off my twine of my little birdhouse. What I'm going to do, I took my white chalk paint and I'm going to paint my birdhouse very simple in the white color. And of course, maybe later on I will do the roof in black. So I have to see how, maybe I even like it in the white color. You see, I have some little birdhouses and I order them always online on AliExpress, and they are very cheap. They only cost 10-20 cents. They are very cheap. And I'm also going to paint a lot of them in the white color. In the meantime, while our paint is drying, I'm going to take my garland. You already saw it earlier. It's just a boxwood garland, and I always rip pieces apart like this. Just screw, pull, and you get this kind of little branches. And what I'm going to do, because I want to make a little wreath around my little birdhouse, I am going to cut them a little bit shorter. I think like this. I will show it to you in a moment. Of course, you can use any greenery you like, because this is just an example. And you see, this is just a little piece I will use because I make a nice little round around our little birdhouse. And I always cut out the little piece inside. There's a little stamp inside. I don't know if you can see it like this. And I always cut it out because I don't like the plastic which is coming out. So I will prepare a lot of them, and then then we're going to work around our little birdhouse. Here is my little birdhouse, and I am taking the little two tumbling tower blocks we glue together to make it look like a nice stand. So the first, what we're going to do, I'm going to place you, I think, a little bit lower on my side. And here you are again, you are back, you are here again. I think you see it a little bit better what I'm going to do, because, and everyone who doesn't like to see it, please skip forward, I totally understand. So, but for everyone who does, I'm going to do my birdhouse on top of our stand, and I'm placing it totally on the back side of this blocks. I show it to you in a moment, like this, because he is getting on the back side. You see, this is what I mean, totally flat on the back side. And now we get a nice little sides around it, like this. And now we're going to take our little branches we just cut out. And of course, you can use any branch you like. Just do a little glue on the tops, like this. And I hope that it will stick in place. Just place it over here and keep it in place for a little moment. I know it takes a little bit of your time, but later on you will be very happy that you took the time, like this. And also, before I did forget, I also picked out a little smaller one, and we are going to glue it on top of our roof because I really like a little greenery on top like this. So we are going to place it inside. Of course, I have to squeeze it in like this. And now I think he looks so spring. And now we are going to work our way around it. Just do some glue on the sides and just again squeeze it next to the other one and just keep it in place for a little second until it is dried. And glue from your glue gun is drying very fast, so you see already he has a nice little start. And again, and don't mind the glue wires, later on you can pick them out like this. Again, do on the other side and just again squeeze it inside and just keep it in place for a little moment. And so we are going to build it up and build it up. Again, place the leaves flat like this. Do some on the top like this. And again, maybe you can squeeze it a little bit and then place it inside like this. And again, keep it in place. And then you see already your sides are already starting to come. And I am so loving greenery, especially because I am really a fan of greenery. Not everyone is, of course, the same, but I love greenery. And now I'm going to place this one over here to end the side. And you see, we already have one side done. And if you don't, because this one will be against the sign, so you don't see the back side. So we go again, some glue over here. And again, place it under here and keep it in place. So we go around to the corner right now. And again, of course, it takes a little of your time. I know and I understand that sometimes my DIYs is taking a little much of your time, but I am always loving and enjoying showing to you how I make my DIY. So, and especially my little displays like this. And of course, I will finish it off, and then you see the rest of our sign, because then we're going to build it up. And here you see how our cute little birdhouse is turned out, and only with a simple birdhouse from only 70 cents, and just with some little piece of greenery and some tumbling tower blocks, and you already have a nice little display. And of course, now we're going to get our letters on top of our board. So we take our board again, and we are going to lay down the letters. And of course I have the letters in the Dutch way, or else you won't. I can see it like this, and this. And of course you see it backwards, but that's just my telephone. Don't worry, later you will see the right way. Like this. So I measure out where I want to have it. Like this, on this height. And this one over here. And this one. And like this. And then we are going to glue our birdhouse like here this way. That's what we're going to do first before we're going to glue the letters. So we take our little piece of our blocks. I do some glue on the back side, and of course like this. And now I'm going to place, then I keep the greenery a little bit aside, and now I'm going to place it on top of here and squeeze it until it is dried up like this. And of course I remove the glue on the underside because I see already some glue coming. I see most of the time I see glue coming like this. And I'm going to work away the glue like this. And then you see already our little birdhouse is glued on top of here, and I am really happy how it looks. You even can just do a little hook on the back side, and you can use them as also as little displays. So you don't have to even use a sign. Now you can, yeah, if you use another block, you can even get a stand. But I am really happy how he turned out. So now we're going to glue the letters on top of here. Over here. So I will glue them because I won't bore you with that. I know how to glue a little piece on top of here. And I show it to you also this way, and I am already loving how he is looking right now. But of course, I'm going to, you see already on the left, you see some bird cages, and I'm going to look if I like it to place a couple of them on our sign. But of course, if you like it already this way, it's also fine too, because I am loving it already this way too. So I will see if it brings something extra to do the bird cages on top of here. I have a couple of different bird houses, of course, different cages. We will see. I don't know if I like it. Maybe we will do one over here, and we will do one over here, and maybe one over here. Maybe you can also do a little bit less than you would normally do, and it looks also a little bit, yeah, shabby chic. I don't know if you can call it that way, but I don't know if I like it or not. I am not totally convinced that I like it or not. So maybe it has to grow on me. I don't know. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below what you would do if you would leave it just the neutral way, or do it with some bird cages. So in a moment you see the end reveal, and then you also see if I used the bird cages or I didn't. So we will see. And here you see the end reveal of our homemade from Tumbling Tower Blocks sign. And of course, there are a couple of things I would have done differently, especially the letter M. I am going to do next time I'm going to do it differently. But of course, always something to learn from your DIY. So I hope you enjoy this. And of course, I showed you a little bit closer so you can see the end reveal a little bit better. But for now, thank you so much for being here. And I hope you did this DIY again together with me. I had so much fun making it. Of course, if you want to see more DIYs, come on over to the Dynamite description box. There you find all the links for our channels. So go ahead, check it out. So, and I wish you all a beautiful, beautiful day. Stay safe. See you next time. Bye.